Hey, this is Johnny Beane. Hang on one sec. I'm live. September 3rd, 2016. Welcome to my daily vlog podcast, whatever this is. Thank you for listening. Anybody? I think I'm on. It looks like I'm on. I think there's sound. Yeah, I can see the meter. Cool. Cools. Anyway, Saturday. Everybody's probably are having a great time right now. Dancing, partying, whatever you're doing right now. Which is great, which is very cool. It's a good thing. I just had dinner, chilling out. Um, Talking to friends, you know, commenting on friends' posts on Facebook, leaving comments, leaving helpful comments, helping with things. That's what I'm doing. That's my Saturday night. And then it's like, oh, I need to do this, So here I am now doing this. Hey, Michael, how are you doing, man? I just had dinner a little while ago. Had some sort of what was it? Some sort of like homemade Chinese thing. It was good. And yeah, that's really it, really. Doing good, Michael Smith says. Awesome, man. Very cool. It's always good to do good. You know? It's always a good thing. And hey Adam. Hey there, hi there. Hey man. Yes. Yeah, so I know I think Nesdal wanted to join me, but I sent him a text and he never replied, so I don't know where he is. I know he was actually doing he was actually gigging tonight. He was actually sitting in with Andy Aladort, which is cool. So he was sitting in with him tonight at a club somewhere. We talked on the phone for like an hour today, and he was telling me the stuff. But I noticed that he was on Facebook like half an hour ago, which I would assume that meant he was home by now. Anyway, I sent him a text saying, "Hey man, I'm going live," and then never heard anything back. So yeah, about 10 minutes ago. So I don't know. I don't know where he is. Hey Stefan, how you doing, man? What's new? What's new since yesterday? Yeah. Yeah, Stefan is listening in. Yeah, Stefan Willard. We did a hangout with him yesterday. Great, man. Awesome, dude. Awesome, man. Michael Smith just said going to see Blues Traveler tomorrow, and then Lenny Wayne Shepherd. Lenny Wayne Shepherd on Monday. They're playing for free at the Taste of Colorado Festival. Very cool, man. Blues Traveler and Lenny Wayne Shepherd. Oh, Kenny. Yeah, no, that's cool, man. Stefan is saying a new EVH Wolfgang. Huh? What? You got one? You're getting one? Excuse me. Saturday night, or whatever. I think it's probably Saturday morning in most places by now. Yeah, it's like 10 to it's like 8 to 11 here. Huh? Steph, you got a striped white, black, and red? No way, man. The the one with the there's two of them. There's the maple board and the ebony board. I think it's ebony. The one with the ebony, I think it's ebony. I don't think it's rosewood. Or could be. Anyway, that one is the newer one, right? Is that right? Yeah. Which one did you get? Yes, it was a gift from the boss. It's the maple. Okay, the maple one. Okay, yeah. Yeah, yeah, that's the one from that was the first one. That's cool, man. Very cool. Congratulations, dude. You'll have to show that off on a hangout, man. Adam says, JB, what's your take on the EVH Wolfgang standard? I'm thinking of getting. Uh the Wolfgang standards. They're great guitars. I mean, they really are. I mean, the neck feels great. Um, they're great guitars. I mean, the only thing when you try them out at Guitar Center, most of the time they get played so much, on the floor that they're kind of knocked out of tune, knocked out of whack, you know. So they're great guitars. Just get it set up, get it set up great. You know, um, that's what I would do. And of course, if you want to put some money into it, you can always get the brass block. Um, I mean, you can do like what those other guys do, where you do the FU tone upgrades. Um, you can do all that kind of stuff. It really depends what you're gonna do with it. Um, if you're gonna be gigging, if you're gonna be playing shows with it. Um, I need to actually play one of those. I mean, of course, I've played them. I've done many videos with them. Um, I need to actually sit down with one and actually play one for a while. I think I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna next week when I pass by a Guitar Center in San Jose. I'm gonna grab one and take it into the Platinum Rim and just spend some time with it. And maybe I'll do another video with it. You know. Maybe I'll do that, actually. Um, because I know I did a video like a year ago reviewing the thing, or maybe it's longer than that. Yeah, reviewing the guitar, just a quick review. And I one of the things I had said was, it's from Guitar Center, so it really wasn't set up, which is the truth. Um, but if I could actually play one that was set up, um, you know, I mean, I would really to make it a better guitar, I would switch out the bridge, the bridge and the nut. I would switch out for higher quality parts, like maybe a German Floyd Rose, you know. Adam says, I know Broadbent loves his. Yeah, well, that's because he did all the upgrades. If the thing wasn't upgraded, I don't know if he would look at it the way he does, but um, yeah, because the main problem with that guitar is the Floyd Rose. It's a very, very cheap uh, um, bridge. So that's the main deal with those guitars. It's a great guitar as far as the neck and the body and the pickups, all that stuff is great. Change the bridge out, change the nut, and you're good to go, you know. But then again, it depends on what you're really going to do with it. I mean, if you're going to tour with it, if you're going to play it every night, yes, I would change the stuff out. If you're just playing in your bedroom, if you're just playing it just once in a while, then it's fine the way it is. Totally fine. It just depends on how much abuse you're going to give it. That's the real thing, you know. Um, Michael Smith says he ordered the Friedman BEOD. Oh, cool. Nice. Nice. Yeah. Yeah. Nesdal has been talking about that thing nonstop. I'm excited to try one. Hopefully, Guitar Center has one. I can try one out. Very cool. Stefan is saying, yeah, it plays like a dream. And oh, but of course. Yeah, Stefan, man, congratulations, dude. That's very cool, man. And yeah, you'll have to join us in a hangout. Maybe I don't know, soon, whenever you want. Just send me a message. I got your message with your phone number. Um, I got that uh, on the messenger thing. But yeah, send me a message on Facebook if you want. Uh, Adam says just playing with. Yeah, yeah. If you're just playing a guitar at home, if you get that guitar stock and you're playing it at home, it's totally cool. You don't have to put in all the upgrades for it. You really don't. I mean, it's fine. All the upgrades. That's as far as if you're going to tour with it. If you're gonna use it as a serious like main guitar for recording, touring, like putting like if you're gonna majorly abuse the thing, is that a word? If you're gonna really abuse the guitar, then yes, I would do the upgrades. If not, it's fine the way it is. Just get it set up, because most likely it's not going to be set up really great, um, when it arrives. And of course, if it's something from a music store, it's going to get bashed and played a lot. you know. Um, let's see. Zebra 3 Vault Bay City. Hey, Johnny, what's up? Good show last night with Stevie. Cool. Faraz. Hey, Johnny and everyone. How you all doing? I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right, man. Saturday night, doing all right. Stefan, perfect. Yeah, I can do. Yes, man. Yes, yes. Excuse me, man. Yeah, yeah. Send me a message on Facebook. I know I've got you on Facebook, and yeah, it'd be cool to see your guitar, man. Yeah, great guitars, dude. Congratulations again, man. Rock and Roor. Friedman's great. I have a pink taco head. I run through a boogie 112. Nice. Michael Smith is saying, and yeah, in case you guys are tuning in, I'm reading comments uh, through a comment box. And if you're listening to this video in the future, you can't see the comments. Yeah, they're only there while you're actually live. Um, but hey, if you're digging this stuff, if you're listening in, give the video a thumbs up. That helps other people find this stuff and maybe enjoy it as much as you might. I do. I enjoy sitting here. Michael Smith is saying, I'm currently setting up my man cave and would love to join one of your hangouts when I'm completed, if that's cool. Yeah, man, of course. Yeah, yeah. Set up your man cave, get it all set up, and then just let me know. Definitely. Definitely, man. So, yeah. Saturday night, 11 to 4 p.m. here in California, which is what, 2:04 in New York? 1:04 in Midwest? 12:04 in I don't know. What's an hour ahead of me? Stefan is where you are, Vegas. Oh, it's the same as me? Okay, I was just gonna ask, yeah. So we're on the Stefan, yeah, we're on the same clock. Vegas and California. Sometimes I think Arizona is an hour ahead once in a while. Mountain time. That's what I was about to yeah, Arizona, that's mountain time, right? 12:04. I used to live in Phoenix, Arizona. That's where I was born. So I've always been aware of that. Like parts of the year, it's like different. The time zone. I don't know, something like that. Something like that stuff. It's 2:04 a.m. Plymouth Rock. Rock and Roo says, "Nice." Yeah, yeah. Stefan used to live in Kingman, Arizona. How far is that from Phoenix? I was born in Phoenix. I lived there for about 9 years, 8.5 years. Oh, and it's 8:05 right now in Spain. I want to say 8:05 a.m. Correct? I used to talk to a guy who lived in Spain, and it was like always like 9 hours ahead or something. Yeah. Cool. Like 2 hours away. Stefan says Kingman to Phoenix. Yeah. Yeah. I know it's very hot. It's Arizona. It's hot. Well, Vegas is probably really hot too. But I remember Phoenix. I remember being surrounded. Phoenix is basically in between mountains. So everywhere you look, you're surrounded by a mountain. You see it. Oh, you just woke up? Uh Captain Captain Tem, is it? Captain Tem? Michael Smith is saying, what is your opinion on Randy Rhodes? I absolutely love his playing. I think he's great. I think he was awesome. I think the stuff that he did with Ozzy was great. I mean, it's classic, you know, classic stuff. It really I mean, he was one of those guys. I mean, there was, of course, there was Eddie and there was Randy, so you would see a lot of the magazines from back in the day would have both of them on the cover together. There was actually what magazine was that? A Hit Parader. There's a Hit Parader where it's an Eddie and Randy special magazine, you know. And there's a lot of guitar players even to this day where they either love both of them, or they're totally into one or the other, you know. Yeah, yeah. Michael's saying, yeah, groundbreaking stuff, and both of them. Yeah, 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 yeah. He's great. I know somebody. I know a guitarist. Uh, she actually used to go down and visit with his mom, and she's a huge Rhodes fan, huge, and that's like her main. I think it's her main influence actually. Might be. Um, but she would go down and talk to his mother, and I used to hear some stories and stuff that were just pretty cool. Pretty cool. Yeah. Faraz, any idea why Eddie doesn't do a live DVD from his recent tours? Um, well, I don't know if it's totally up to him. I think it has to do with the entire band being happy with stuff that they would record while on tour. I'm sure they probably recorded a lot of. Well, they released that album, that Tokyo Dome live album. You know, so I'm sure they record a lot of stuff, and then it's just working to get something like a product to put out is really what it is. You know. But hey, I know this sucks because I'm the only one here. I'll, I I gotta go do something. I'll be right back. Okay. So there's gonna be silence. That's the problem. Since Nesdal's not here to keep you guys company, I'll be right back. Okay. So stay here. I'll be back in like 30 seconds. All right. Yeah, I should probably set up some music for when I'm by myself. You know, set up some music I can actually play on here without getting busted. It would have to be something original, is what it would have to be. So I'll probably do that. Uh, let's see. So I'm reading comments. Okay, I read that. Adam says there's footage all over YouTube. Yeah, yeah, that's the thing. I mean, most everything from a concert these days is basically free. Music is basically free now. You know, that's the sad thing about the internet. Well, that's the sad thing and the cool thing. For people that make music, it sucks. For people that enjoy music, it's awesome. But even for a lot of us that make music, it's still awesome because we get all kinds of free stuff from the other people that we like. So yeah, there is footage, all over YouTube of full concerts, especially from the last, few tours of Van Halen or any band really. Um, but of course, most of the stuff isn't pro shot. Almost, well, none of it really. Um, there's a lot of stuff that's really good. Um, but as far as, like a pro shot concert, a DVD, Blu-ray, whatever, that's uh it's tough. It's tough now with places like YouTube and how there's so much stuff out there, you know. Faraz is saying, I guess 2015 was a great live tour. If a DVD comes out, it would be great. Yeah, yeah. You didn't see them? Oh no, no, you wouldn't have seen them, huh? You wouldn't have seen them live unless you came over here. Yeah, I saw them twice. And yeah, they were amazing. Van Halen. Yeah. Yeah, it was great. It was probably I saw a couple shows and one of the shows I was actually like 10 rows back, which I'd never been that close before ever. And I spent the whole time just couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe I was actually watching Edward play guitar that close. It was amazing. It was insane. Froz is saying, yep, lots of footage on YouTube, but a proper DVD with behind the scenes footage would be awesome. Yeah, yeah, that'd be great. That would be great. You know, that would be very cool. Adam said that would be cool. Yep. Michael Smith is saying, I have a Randy Rhoads first run guitar numbered RR0924. Cool. Cool. Who made that one? Who would it be Jackson? I know Jackson wasn't his guitar was his guitar a Jackson? Hmm. Michael Smith is saying Eddie was ridiculously on spot good the last two tours. Michael says he saw both, had 11th row seats in 2012. Oh, wow. In 2012, I was way in the back. I saw them twice that year, and I was way back, way, way back. Look on my channel here. Search Van Halen 2012 on my channel here, and you'll find I filmed a bunch of the songs. The two shows I was at, I saw them in San Jose and in was it Oakland? Yeah, I saw them in Oakland, California, and in San Jose, California on 2012. And of course, those are all Coliseum shows. This last tour in 2015 was all outdoor shows. So the last tour, I saw them in, yeah, Michael says, yes, Jackson, as far as Randy Rhoads. And then, yes, as far as outside, you saw them at Red Rocks, which is outside. Yeah. 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 This last tour, I saw them in, Mountain View, California, and in Concord, California, and those are both outdoors. Oh, cool. Michael Smith, he says he put a video on both tours. Cool. Adam is saying business side of music has drastically changed since the internet took over. My uncle was a promoter. He happily retired last January. Oh yeah, it's very, very different now. Yeah. The internet changed everything, you know. Um when a lot of the like remember when Napster came out? Everybody was on Napster trading, or not even trading, just like stealing music. You know, I was on there, and the thing is, I didn't download like actual music. I would download bootlegs, live stuff, like live stuff that we used to trade on cassettes or you'd buy on like CDs or CDRs or whatever, you know. Napster, I used to get bootlegs of things. It's funny though, because I used to actually trade people my own original music sometimes for like a bootleg or something. So it's funny. I would search Napster and I would see like my own stuff on there. And of course, this was years ago, you know. So that was kind of cool. But that was so long ago. I don't even remember. That was a long time ago. But as far as anything like downloading any kind of anything, I've Napster was the only time I ever did that. And like I said, that was only to get bootlegs. I never actually downloaded actual songs. Yeah, I know. I know Metallica was totally against Napster. Yeah, that's crazy. That was a long time ago, man. Um, he had an amazing career. He promoted Queen. Oh, your uncle, Adam says. Your uncle, he promoted Queen, The Who, etc. He's still in touch with Brian May. Oh, that's awesome, dude. That's very cool, man. Yeah, man. Napster. That's still around today, though, isn't it? Isn't it like a service now? Because when you sell music online, I sell my own. Well, not that I'm gonna, not that I'm doing a shout out, but might as well. I have my own original stuff on iTunes. Just search my name on iTunes. I've got my own stuff on there. I've actually got more songs I need to throw up. Throw up. I need to put up there. There we go. That sounds better. um, but I also you can search almost anywhere and find music. Yeah, pay service. Yeah. I probably have my music probably is on Napster now. I haven't looked. I know it's on like Amazon. I don't even know what sites it's even on. I'd have to actually look. iTunes is the main one. If I send anybody to download my music, I send them to iTunes. Uh, but yeah, there's Napster. There's Spotify. Which is free. I said throw up. Yeah, I know. Yeah, my music, I like to throw up. you know. Um, but Yeah. Yeah, yeah, if you use Spotify, you can just search my name on Spotify and you can listen to my music on there. Um, hey, hello Godzilla fan number 1. How are you? Adam says he exchanges text messages with him. How awesome is that? Wow. That's very cool, dude. That's awesome. Hello. Let me just check and see if Nesball Nesball. That's a new one. Nah, he never read it. I think the dude's passed out. Nesball. Michael Smith, I'll jump on iTunes and grab me some Johnny Bean tunes. Yeah, man. Go ahead. I've got like 5 or 6 tunes up there right now. It's been a while since I've put anything up there. Although I do have some other stuff that I'm looking to put up. But yeah, check it out. Let me know what you think. And also, if anybody listening to this, if you just happen to listen, if you do download any of my tunes off iTunes, if you could leave a review, that would be cool. I don't know. I actually don't know if anybody has actually ever left a review for any of my music on iTunes. So if you want to be the first, okay, there we go. If you want to be the first one to leave me a review on iTunes, download a song, leave a review. And there you go. Godzilla fan 1 says, "Why are you live at the night?" Well, because this podcast that I'm doing, I kind of well, I mean, right now it's almost like it's like a wrap up of like my day kind of thing, you know. So generally at night, I mean, if you're to talk about what you did during the day, it's like nighttime, you know. Stefan, oh, you want to hop on here real quick? Cool. Okay. Okay. Yeah, we can chat for a little while if you want. Let me send you a thing. Here we go. And my camera is turned off, so you can either have your camera on or off if you want. Either way. There we go. I just sent you an invite. Adam says, "I'm off to bed. Catch you on the next Veda if I power the storm." Oh man, stay safe, dude. Yeah, I've heard that there's like some there's major storms happening, right? Have you heard about that, Stefan? There's like storms.
Yeah, I have actually. Oh man,
Yeah.
long day, long day.
Mm-hmm.
Driving from a gig right now, and currently in a drive-through. So I'm like listening to this, and people are looking at me like, "Is he talking to himself?"
Which drive-through are you in?
Taco Bell
Cool.
sponsor.
Yeah. Yeah, we could use some tacos right about now.
Uh, well,
I get
you're only a couple hours away. I'll drive. I'll drive over there.
Wow. What are you getting? What do you like at Taco Bell?
You know what? Funny enough, I'm trying this new spicy, cheesy, thing, like this box. I don't know what it is. I just saw it and I said, "Food hungry."
I know they've got this new something center. Cheesy center?
That's what it is. That's what I'm
Something?
getting.
That's what it is? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, and you're getting the one with like the spicy Fritos.
It's gonna be 6:48. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm getting.
We're listening to a Taco Bell person right now. We can hear them.
Oh, and he just shut his door since he heard it.
He's like, wait a minute, the radio just talked back.
Yeah, right. This is Johnny Beane on the air. How are you doing, caller?
Yeah.
You know, hey Johnny, you want to know how you get rid of people calling you like tax and bill collectors?
Uh-huh.
When they call, you answer and say, "Caller, you're live on the air," and see how quickly they hang up.
Oh man. That's a
I'm
great
telling you,
idea. Yeah,
I've tried it. And it's worked.
oh man. Every time I get those weird calls now, like a weird number, that's awesome, man. I'll have to do that.
Cause, yeah, because if they know who they're calling, they're going to be like, you know who's calling. But if you don't know, it's you'll creep some people out. I've done that to relatives that I don't want to talk to, and I've changed my number, and they'll try finding it, and they'll call it. I'll be like, "Caller, you're on the air," and then they're like, and then, "Ooh."
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Something that I do sometimes, which is kind of like that, is I'll answer, but I'll act like I'm the machine, right?
Oh yeah, yeah.
So I'll be like, "Hey, this is Johnny. Thanks for calling. I'm not here, but please leave a message." And I'll do like a beep sound from my phone, like I'll hit a number,
Uh-huh.
and they'll start talking like they're thinking they're leaving a message.
So perfect.
I'll do that sometimes. So yeah, that's right there with your thing.
Oh yeah, that's beautiful. Oh my god, I just gotta see who's gonna actually leave a quote unquote message now. I don't think I could like hold it in the whole time. I'd be laughing the whole time, be like, oh, oh man, we're evil. Oh man. So what'd you do today?
Oh, what did I do? Woke up, slept in. It's Saturday. Slept in a bit. Uh, ran some errands. Came back. Did some things around here. Really not much. Really not much of anything.
More than most musicians, I'll say that. I mean, you know what? I had pretty much the same day. I woke up, slept in, because I did a studio gig last night after we got off. Went straight and completely like a soul and funk thing, and man, it kind of threw me through a loop because you got all these guys with all these Fenders and Fender P basses and Yamahas and stuff, and I come in walking in with a Wolfgang and then my Kramer, and they're looking at me like, "The hell are you gonna do with that?" I'm like, "Play."
Oh, that Kramer, that striped Kramer that you showed us.
Yeah, yeah, I brought that out and pulled, and they're looking at me like, "The hell is that for?" Like, what? You don't know who Eddie Van Halen is? I'm like, yeah. What's Yeah, it's always funny trying to explain that guitar to people because they're like, "Wait, is that Eddie's?" I'm like, obviously not. If it was, it wouldn't have it out here. And then they always want to try playing it, and whenever they touch, because there's no finish on the back of the neck.
Mm-hmm.
And so when they feel it, they're like, "Oh wow, that's it's so smooth." I'm like, "Well, yeah, that's the oil and sweat from my hands." And then they immediately go, "Ew." I'm like, "What you just said." Hey, let me tell you, no respect for the guitar. So yeah. And then I was out after that, and Next thing I know, I get a message from 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 somebody saying, "Hey, you got a neighbor saying, hey, you got a big package in front of your front door." I'm like, I don't remember getting or ordering anything, and I go, and next thing you know, it's a big box within another box. The outer
Mm-hmm.
box was just some generic thing. Then of course I open up the other box, and it has a big old EVH logo on it. I'm like, dude, get out of here! It's Christmas. Like Christmas just went off.
Oh man.
And then I'm like, okay, what could this possibly be? I'm thinking maybe it's I'm just trying to figure out what possible Wolfgang it's gonna be, and it completely threw me a loop because I never expected to get the special because the bridge and stuff, it's all the chrome,
Mm-hmm.
and it's pretty accurate to what Eddie's is in the one he has.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a special custom deal, like it was a special.
Mm-hmm.
And I plugged in. It had a brass block.
Mm-hmm.
I plugged it in, and just like yesterday, I shook the modem off the stand, and I almost broke it this time.
Uh-oh.
But but I was home by myself, and I'm like, I'm gonna go to 10 and see. Next thing I know, woo! It was so like feedbacky, and everything just blah, and just played that power chord, and just, oh man, ah,
Wow.
I know nothing beat it was like a religious experience.
Man, that's awesome, dude.
So you know,
Wow.
and
Wow. I don't
like
think Yeah,
no, go ahead.
I've never actually seen that guitar in person because every time I went to NAMM, they never had that one. Um,
Well,
either
I've
one.
never, I don't, hey, I've only seen Eddie have one, because Eddie has his, he's got to have at least one striped Wolfgang of some sort,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
um, I
he actually played two different ones over the years. If you remember the Pound Cake music video,
yeah, I do.
there was a striped Music Man that he played,
Mhm.
and then the Runaround music video, there's another striped Music Man, and actually he played a few of them, and then during the uh, during the Van Halen 3 tour, he played a striped Peavey Wolfgang. Later on, like when they played in Japan, I guess,
Right.
like the last four shows, like that our friend Mully was at. He played those. Actually, our friend Mully, I think he actually got to hold that guitar, the one that
Really?
Eddie played. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, yeah.
I'm jealous. I'm officially jealous. You have my jealous card out now.
Yeah. Oh, he's got some great stories. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
Johnny, not to drop names, but did Dave tell you who I play for?
He did.
Okay, I just want to make sure, just because I got a bunch of crazy stories where I can keep names out, but I can tell what goes on. If you ever want to have those,
Mm-hmm.
and man, and he bought it for me, and he gave me a call today and said, hey, did you get my package? And I said, and it didn't, and it was before I even got the text from my neighbor saying it, so I didn't put two and two together until I
Mm-hmm.
realized, oh, he bought it for me because funny enough, he's a huge Eddie Van Halen fan.
Really?
Yeah, especially for his writing. He loves Eddie for when it comes to writing, and it always puzzled me because I at soundtrack I would always play like Eruption or Ain't Talking About Love, and he would always stop and turn around and just listen.
Mm-hmm.
And then one day he comes up to me and says, "Hey man, I don't know if you know this, but I love Van Halen and Eddie, man. He was one of the big reasons why I played guitar for the short time I did." And I said, "I had no idea."
Hmm.
So that's a little something about my boss that you probably didn't know.
That's cool. Oh, I mean Eddie, he's influenced so many people. I mean Edward is the reason why the guitar is how it is today.
Yeah,
It wouldn't be like it is today if it wasn't for Eddie. You know.
hands down. And there's no debating the guy who became who was before Eddie, but there's no one I can really say that has changed and done more to the guitar than Eddie has in the recent decade and era. Um, and I'm talking about Jimi Hendrix as being the first,
Yeah. Yeah. There's
but
Hendrix, and then there's Eddie, and then after that, there's
your opinion on who you would think is the third, because
yeah,
it's, I mean,
yeah.
people say, oh, Jimmy Page, also some say David Gilmour, Bob Dylan, and all of it is really just opinion. But the indisputable fact almost is it's going to be Jimmy and then Eddie.
Hmm. Yeah.
And
Yeah. There hasn't been anybody since Eddie that has done anything to the guitar to inspire billions of
not just
people.
how, not just on how people play, but how people think about you know, building instruments and just he and just everything. He changed the music industry in a big way. I mean,
Hmm.
you know, I could go on for days and days and days just talking about what he's done, but just listen to him play now. He's you know a quick funny thing, Johnny. I when I was in college, after a year out of high school,
Hmm.
I took a computer literacy class, and I was awful. But um, I there was this thing where we had to make our own, you know, card, like our greeting card or Mother's Day card or whatever.
Hmm.
And I made a Father's Day card, and on the front of it, I'm trying to remember where the picture is, and I have a picture of it on a magazine, but it's the one black and white one where Eddie's kind of doing the end of Eruption, the original, where he's two-hand tapping, and it's with the black and white stripe before he changed it.
Hmm. Hmm.
Um, and that would be on the front of the card, and on the front of the card it said, "Dad, you're just like Eddie Van Halen. No matter how old you get." And then when you turn the page, there's a picture of Eddie, doing a power slide, smiling with his guitar up in the air, and then it would say, you just keep on rocking." Yeah, no matter how old you get, you just keep on rocking. And it was like the coolest thing ever. I'm like,
Hmm.
I'm like, that probably would have sold easily, but it was just like the one thing my dad and I share in common, because these kids that I grew up with, man, they were listening to, I don't know, these metal bands like Killswitch Engage and Avenged Sevenfold, and I'm in high school listening to Van Halen, and these kids are playing all these metal stuff because I had a guitar class, and I'm playing like Ain't Talking About Love, Panama, and they're just looking at me sideways like, "What are you playing?" I'm like, I'm playing what your guys had inspired to want to write.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah. I mean, with any modern rock guitar player, I mean, within the past uh, 30, 30 years, 35 years, it all goes back to Eddie.
yeah,
You
I
know,
understand.
it really does. Ask anybody who they love, and even if they play something that doesn't sound anything like it, Eddie has been an influence on everybody, and that's why he gets the most respect. Um, you know,
Oh yeah, it's
and yeah, I mean, he's just great. I mean, that's one of the reasons why we love talking about him. I mean, about his gear, about his
mhm.
guitars, because you can talk about his guitars for just forever, and you can
Yeah.
just you can repeat the same things over and over and over because it's still fun. Like Nesdal and I and Rob and Broadbent, whoever else, we talk about the same things over and over and over because it's you never get tired of it. You
Oh,
know?
and it's always something new to learn, and
Hmm.
it's just it's diving in what because the cool thing about Eddie that I love about him is that he's always changing. He's never stuck to one thing. He's
Hmm.
never stuck to the same guitar, the same amp. He's always evolving, and he's always chasing that perfect sound, and probably till the day he drops. And he just gets. He's like fine wine. He gets better with age.
Mm-hmm.
No,
Mm-hmm.
I've heard people say, oh, the 84 year or the 80 years were his better stuff. I'm like, that's an all opinion. Honestly, I love him throughout everything because it's always evolved and it's always been new. I've never heard the same solo played twice, even though he plays a lot of the same, you know, openings and stuff. It's never the same, and it's always a breath of fresh air. Mouthful.
Oh man, Taco Bell is always like it's so good at like 11:43 a.m. or whatever,
Yeah,
fourth meal.
for it's called Linner.
Oh man. Yeah. Yeah, but yeah, no, as far as Eddie, man. Uh yeah, the stuff that he's done, especially all those licks, all those guitar parts that people complain. There's people out there that say, "Oh man, he's been playing the same guitar solo for 30 years," which yes, that's true, but every piece that he plays within that guitar solo is just classic.
Oh,
It's all totally original. Like Cathedral, Eruption, Spanish Fly, uh, all those sounds that he does.
which evolved over the years. It's he still technically adds something new to every solo because when you first listen to Eruption, it's like next to nothing. But then when you hear, 316 added in there and all that other stuff, it's like there's so much more that he adds onto it. He continuously builds on it.
Hmm.
I mean, I was surprised he didn't throw any on the last album he did. He didn't put anything new on there. But then again, it's like when you go to those concerts, you want to hear him play, the old stuff, the stuff that like I want to hear him play all the old stuff, Cathedral, Spanish Fly, all that stuff, because personally, I have never seen him live, and I've always dreamt of hearing it live and just like being in that presence, and you know, play nothing but the hits.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, yeah, and a lot of people that might complain about him playing the same solo, year after year, whatever. I don't know if those people actually go to see him, you know, on these tours because there's a huge difference between seeing the YouTube videos and seeing them actually in person.
Yeah,
I mean, there's you can't compare them at all,
no,
you
no,
know.
hearing those 5150 amps and those thundering bass lines by Wolfie and the awesome drums, and
Hmm.
just having that rattle your gut. I can't imagine how it would just be be on cloud nine. And you just can't it's never you can never compare a video with an actual in-person concert. And I learned that the hard way because when I get on stage and I'll watch the show before a couple nights when somebody records it, and I'll watch and I'm like, well, that doesn't sound, that was cool. And then I get on stage and I play and I'm like, whoa, that feels so much different. And it sounds so much different when you're on the stage or when you're on the outside looking in. It's
Hmm. Hmm.
it's just there's no comparison.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's like you have to be there,
You do, and
you
I
know.
haven't yet, but I'm gonna try.
Well, just in general of any live music situation, any concert. I mean, there's a total difference between watching a YouTube video, listening to a concert on the radio, or actually being there in person. All the energy, all the craziness is when you're there in person. You know, and it's like somebody had just said a little while ago on the chat here. They were saying, well, how come Van Halen hasn't released a live DVD of the last tour? You know,
Well, it's
and
quality. It's quality over quantity.
it's yeah, there's a lot of different factors. There's so much of it already online that's for free. Um, you know, uh, I mean, they have their reasons for not doing it.
Yeah,
Um, but you know, but no matter what it is, you can't compare. You if you go to a live show, you understand.
yeah, oh yeah.
The last two shows I saw from the last tour, I couldn't believe it. I mean, it was so cool. It was amazing. Even though I knew every song they were going to play, you know.
It's still it's like with the guitars and the discussions, it never gets old.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean,
Mm.
you can watch go to the concerts, you can watch them play, you can uh, you know. I mean, yeah, yeah. I mean, just talking about the gear, the guitars. Yeah, like you said, it never gets old. It's always new and refreshing. Because there's always somebody out there who doesn't know.
Mhm.
Everybody's always trying to learn this stuff. Everybody's crazy about this stuff, and that's the cool thing about myself and Nesdal, Rob Johnson. Uh, we just
I'm
happen
trying
to
to get in that
know.
group.
Yeah, yeah,
I'm trying.
Stefan. You
I'm
know,
trying to get in there.
yeah. I mean, we know a lot about this stuff, and it's. I mean, we don't get tired talking about the same things over and over and over. Um, it's a lot of fun.
It is.
Yes.
Um. So Dave, oh not Dave. Oh dang, it's that late. I'm calling you Dave. That's how late it is for me now. I had Dave on the mind. I was gonna text him, and then I realized, oh yeah, he's doing that show, but he's probably asleep now too. Um.
Uh-huh.
Uh. I was gonna say next time I come out there, I wanna kind of do like you guys did with Paul Unker and just come out there and visit you and do a Google Hangouts, but in person.
Mm-hmm.
So it'd be you and me, and then we can Google Hangout Dave.
Mm-hmm.
Have our
Yeah.
dueling Kramers out.
Yeah. 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 That'd be cool.
I tool out there quite often.
Oh, awesome. Awesome.
So you played any shows lately? Just curious.
Actually, well, I'm playing a wedding in a couple weeks.
Ah, nice. I'm trying to think. You're gonna play Love. Love walks in, right?
No.
Oh, nah. Well, see, I tried. I almost got to do that for a wedding once, and when I brought that up, and they looked at the lyrics, they're like, no. I'm like, well, can't blame a guy for trying. I could do all the tapping and stuff from that too, and they settled on dreams instead.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, actually, the bride at the wedding wants us to play a police tune.
Oh, which one?
So every little thing she does is magic.
Oh, see, I just when the show I did last night, um, we did Walking on the Moon.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, I should send you the link to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a live studio thing. It was pretty funky, but of course I'm using the Kramer on that one. And they're just looking at me like, "What, you didn't bring your strat? You didn't bring?" I was like, "No, I think this will do." I just had it out, and I just screw it.
Cool, cool. Hey, listen, listen. I got to split for like 10 seconds. Can you just talk about something
Sure.
real quick? Okay, I'll be right
Yeah.
back, okay? All right, be right back.
Mhm. But yeah, I'm gonna be doing some shows out in Vegas, and you're pretty much gonna have my my Kramers and my Kramer, my 2008 Strat. What else? My two Wolfgangs now. You know, my new striped one and my Stealth, my Mexican Stealth, that one is still, even with the non upgrades, it's still an amazing instrument. But and tonight I I'm still trying to eat this Taco Bell. I'm just sitting in the parking lot. Um, I'd say I would try and look at the comments, but I currently can't do it since I'm on my phone. But if you got when Johnny comes back, if you guys have any questions, say for me, let me know. I'm gonna make sure to have him go back to reading your comments and answering you guys. I'm not a ball hog. I just didn't want him to be alone. And yeah, and if you guys have questions for me, I'd be happy to answer any, if possible. I'm 25. If you guys like to know. And I hear Johnny's back.
Oh yes,
There you go.
I'm here.
I was dying out here. They were booing me. Yeah, but I promised them that you give them a look, you see their comments, maybe answer some questions of theirs, just because I've been ball hogging.
Oh, Michael Smith says there's nothing like a live show. Yeah. Douglas says, "Wow, again, I can't play anything."
Neither can I.
Yeah, yeah. when it comes to Eddie Van Halen, there's really only one.
Mm-hmm.
And I do enjoy watching people, cover the songs or whatever. But I mean, for me with tribute bands, it's more like you have to. It's the same thing. You have to be there to
Mm-hmm.
enjoy the moment of what it is. For me, if I watch a tribute band play, like a Van Halen or a Police or whatever,
Yeah,
play on a video, it's like, yeah, it's cool, but it's not the same. It's like it's not the same
it can
thing.
be it can be deceiving.
Yeah, I mean, you have to if you're actually there in person, it's a lot different because of the energy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, for me anyway. You know, and I do know a lot of people who do play in tribute bands and play in Van Halen bands, Police bands, all that stuff.
Uh, I'll cover it, but I don't go the whole. There's been I've been offered a couple of jobs since of me being a Van Halen fan, especially an Eddie fan. I've had lots of job offers to do at this trip, these 80 bands, where I would go on to Fremont Street out here and dress up as in the 80s and play my Kramer, and I'm like, no, no, because I wasn't born in the 80s for first of all, and second, you know, that's not who I am. I'm not. I don't want to try to be, pretend what I'm not, because I'm actually more a blues player, which kind of what got my boss interested, because he knows my influences, and the way I turned out was completely the opposite of what he thought it would be.
Mm-hmm.
Because don't get me wrong, I love my two-hand tapping and all that stuff, but I keep that to at home or a guitar or for Guitar Center, audience. And I specifically do that, and it's funny because I do have one to show off, just to be honest, and the second one is I do that especially around the kids who are listening, not to
Mm-hmm.
kind of make them jealous, but kind of be like, oh, what's that? And then that's where I can then say, go onto YouTube, look up Eddie Van Halen, and you know it's just keeping that going, of the legend, the living legend, just because
Mm-hmm.
that's what my dad did. He played Eruption in the car from the Van Halen, the debut album, in the car, and that's what sparked my love for it. And I always try to kind of do the same for others
Mm-hmm.
because I go when I taught when I didn't teach a music class, but when I went to a couple of high schools out here to kind of you know to demonstrate a working musician in the field of musicianship and all that stuff. That's even a word. Um, I would have all my my different guitars, my Van Halen guitar, my at the time was one, and then my Strat, my Les Paul, and all that stuff, and I'd have it out, and I would ask them, okay, who here has heard of Mozart? And they would all raise their hand. I said, who's heard of Beethoven? All would raise their hand. I said, okay, who's heard of the Beatles? Maybe one or two kids would raise their hand. And I said, who's heard of Van Halen? And then, no one would raise their hand. And it's like, the stuff that's, back then was like really relevant is now kind of fading away. And it's kind of like my generation's job to kind of keep that going. And that's kind of what I always been trying to do a lot, especially when teaching. Because I have this 10-year-old girl who, I did that same thing. I would do the two-hand tapping just for fun, just to warm up. And she'd be like, I want to play like that. And I said, okay, well, I'm playing little bits and pieces of this, and then I would pull the diver down out, or this and that. And she's like, I want to learn that stuff. And so it's like
Hmm.
it's just a 10-year-old wanting to play Van Halen. It's just the greatest feeling in the world.
Hmm.
It's just keeping that alive, because the only the next best thing to Eddie right now, and this is totally my opinion, and totally just me off. The next best person to Eddie right now is Wolfgang, because he does play very well. I mean, yeah, he plays bass, but I mean, I've seen videos on YouTube of him playing the song his dad wrote for him, note for note, perfectly, and it's just like mind blowing. But like I said, it runs in the family.
Yeah. Well, he's I mean he's the next he's the one who's going to carry that, who's going to carry the Van Halen name on.
Hmm.
I mean, because he was born basically, I mean, really in that studio.
Yeah.
He was there as a kid, as a tiny kid walking around that music. So he's had the greatest music teacher ever. I mean, really, as far as that style, as far as that, as far as
Yeah.
Eddie.
Hmm.
And yeah, he's amazing. Yeah. He plays bass in the band, but he also plays drums. He plays guitar. He plays piano. He's released a lot of stuff like on Instagram of him playing the beginning to Right Now, or playing the beginning to Sunday Afternoon in the Park on keyboard. He can play all that stuff.
Yeah.
You
And
know.
it just the cat blows my mind. He's and I'm proud to be only a couple of years younger than him, and just be like, what? I hope if I never get to meet Eddie, I hope I get to meet him, because it's and the guy, and Wolfie seems very humbling. Like, he's a very, like, I've never seen an interview where he's been snobby or anything, saying, well, my dad's this and that. He's always been the most calm and cool and like sweethearted type of guy that you know I would think I mean, to be honest, if my dad was Eddie Van Halen, I'd have a pretty big ego, but Wolfie just is just so down to earth from what I see. I'm just
Well, I mean, Edward is very down to earth.
Yes.
I got to meet him. I'm very lucky that I got to meet him and talk to him, and he was just a regular dude, regular person. And yeah, so I can see with Wolfgang, yeah, I mean, they're just regular people. They're musicians. They
Yeah.
just they make music. That's all they do, and it's everybody around them. It's all the fans that make them as big as, or as how do you say,
they put them on like on a pedestal at a certain point. You know,
Yeah.
they make them out to be more when they're just like anybody else. They're able to have their music heard by more people than say you and I.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, of course, I mean Van Halen. I mean, it's been an amazing band, since day one, and they've had, hit songs, great albums, all that stuff. Um, so yeah, so but it's a totally different world now, too, as far as the internet and back, way back in the day when all you had was MTV.
Mm-hmm.
Um, well, let's just say, I mean, the internet has brought everything much closer together. It's such a small world now. I mean, it's like, yeah. I mean, let's say 20 years ago, I never would have imagined that Van Halen's kid would be, putting mini videos on the internet. I mean, it's just it's crazy these days, just the way it is. And anybody who's used to this, anybody who has Instagram, Twitter, even Facebook, imagine back in the day before any of that,
Well, I mean,
where you never heard news, where you never heard anything, where you had to wait, where a magazine would come out, it would say your favorite band is doing this or that, and it's like, oh, that's awesome, but that it would have been like maybe like a month or two ago what you're reading,
right.
you know? With the internet, you get everything instantly now, right away. Like right now, you and I, Stefan, we're live right now talking to people on YouTube.
Yeah.
We're reaching a worldwide audience. You
Well, and
know?
20 years ago, this wouldn't be happening. I'd be five, and you'd be, I don't know your exact age, but we wouldn't be, the only closest thing that would be to this would be talking on television, and it's just, or
Yeah.
radio.
Yeah.
So
I
really,
mean,
it's like a radio right
yeah.
now.
Yeah. 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 That's the cool thing is anybody can have their own live radio station. You know, which is totally cool. And I mean, that's the thing is everybody does this. Everybody can or has this. But as far as your favorite bands, your favorite actors, musicians, celebrities, whatever, is
Mm-hmm.
they do this stuff too. And so it's such a smaller world now, um, because the internet, like what we're doing right now, is taking over television,
Yeah.
or taking over radio.
Our internet killed the, TV star. I gotta rewrite that song.
Internet killed the space satellite. I don't know.
The TV star.
You know? Yeah, yeah. If you want to be a star, just do a live podcast.
But do it with conviction. You gotta dress up. You gotta have the hair. You gotta have the makeup. The the $10,000 webcam with the diamond encrusted outer jewel case. And just go full on. Just know what you're doing, but not really.
Wow. Well, that's part of the problem. That's part of the problem too, though, is people get all this equipment and they make it look like they're like in a studio, like they're like top notch everything. But you have to have like a personality though.
Yeah.
That's the thing. It's all about entertaining. You can have the cheapest microphone, the cheapest whatever, but if you can make somebody laugh, if you can entertain, that's all that matters.
Yeah.
That's what
Well,
it is.
it's funny. I have a couple of videos on YouTube. If you ever happen to look, um, and the webcam that I was using was this $10 one I got at a Fry's,
Hmm.
and I was just playing. I just got in front of it and I played. I only did one video of me talking, and the rest was just me playing other stuff. But if I would have kept with it, who knows what would have gone on. But like you said, 20 years ago, you couldn't do that. You'd have to know somebody who has a camera and all this other stuff. I mean, I I hardly I remember my first Mac, and like not the little the big punk ones with like the colored casing on the outside.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I had a blue one. My grandfather bought that, and I thought I was a high tech. I thought I was the bee's knees, man. And then I go to school, and all of a sudden, and then one day, all the schools have them. I'm like, I started just to give you an idea. The first video game system I played was the Super Nintendo.
Hmm.
That's and the most high tech thing I had walking around when I was younger was a Game Boy Color. Now I see these kids with their Pokemon Go phone, on their phones, and I'm like, dude, what? I feel old. Like 5-year-olds are playing this game, and I'm like, what the hell? You know,
Is that still even around? I think that Pokemon Go. I mean, for like 2 weeks that was like the big thing. I don't know. Do people still do
it's
that?
it's still around. I mean, I'm a Pokemon fan, but I mean, I play the games. Like I play the actual games. Pokemon Go is supposedly this big old thing where it's a substitute for putting in actual exercise. I'm like, well, can you do that without the Pokemon Go app? you know, maybe I don't know, see the world. Maybe watch out for that pole. And I mean,
Yeah.
I remember I was walking in a park, walking the dog, and this kid and his friend were just both looking at his phone, looking for a Pokemon. And the next thing you know, the kid with the phone wasn't paying attention and ran right into a lamppost. I was like, oh, oof. And I ran over. I'm like, dude, are you okay? And he's like, yeah. I said, what happened? He says, I was playing Pokemon Go. I'm like, wow. You both didn't see it, and you ran. Oh man, it should have been something I put on YouTube.
Well, maybe the Pikachu, ran up the pole.
Hey, stranger things have happened.
Maybe those guys can climb.
Well, technically they can. There are
Oh,
animals.
okay. I don't even know.
Well, I do, unfortunately.
I
That
have
was
no
my
idea.
generation.
All I know is it was like some sort of card game that kids would play or whatever.
In fact, it was actually a TV show, then turned into the card game, and then eventually turned into the handheld game, and then now we get to this.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, I'm back in my day. We didn't have Pokemon Go. We had Pokemon, and we called it Pokemon No.
Oh.
Anyway, anybody commenting yet, or still commenting?
Let's see. Michael Smith says good music will always live on, which is true.
Very true.
Faraz says yes, the Van Halen catalog for me is like gold. It will always keep its value in my lifetime. Oh yeah.
Oh,
Michael Smith says I can't wait to hear Wolfgang's new album. Yeah, Wolfgang is making a solo record.
I hope he plays the 1984 guitar on that.
That'd be cool. That'd be cool. Uh, he also says, Michael Smith says Wolfgang is a multi-talented musician, which is true. He can play everything.
Well,
He's been jamming with his dad and his uncle, you know, ever since he was a kid. So he's had the best teachers.
didn't
Uh,
didn't uh, Alex? Didn't his kid or kids have any music? Don't they play at all?
um, I don't know. I know he's got some kids. I think one of them is actually into one of them's into running.
Hmm.
Um, and there was one of his kids. If you were there were certain dates on the last tour, if you'd gone to some shows, he would actually be one of Alex's sons would be walking around with a T-shirt that said Instagram on the back. And if you would have like found him at a show, he would give you some guitar picks.
Ooh,
He was actually promoting this on his own Instagram himself. His name's Malcolm. Uh, yeah, Alex's son, and he was walking around shows, and if you actually spotted him, he would give you some pics and stuff, which
that's
is,
awesome.
yeah, very cool, very cool. And then Michael Smith is saying the fans in music, sports, movies, the entertainment industry puts their favorites on a pedestal. The word fan is uh, de- what's that word? Derived from fanatic?
Well, depending on who you're talking about, I mean, we're fans. I don't think. I guess we could be considered fanatics, but not to the point of like we're changing our blood type to Eddies. I mean,
Well, I mean, yeah, the thing is, yeah, there's so many different people out there. Uh, I mean, myself, I take inspiration from people that I like, musicians, even actors, anybody,
yeah,
anybody, anybody that I get inspiration from. I take, what they do, and if it's anything that I really dig, I'll make it. I'll take the inspiration and make it, put it into my life with what I'm doing. If it's music,
mm,
I'll be inspired by somebody, whether it's Eddie or you know any other guitar player I like. I like the guy from the Police, Andy Summers. I like a lot
mm-hmm.
of different people. Um, I like a lot of different just musicians, different drummers, different singers, um, just anybody, even actors, even somebody on TV. If I like a character on a TV show, if I really dig, the stuff they wear, you take all that stuff in. It's like, oh, I like what they're wearing. I want to wear that.
Yeah.
I want to wear that T-shirt. I want to wear those shoes. I want to play that
I,
guitar. You know.
I've actually done that where I've played like a Wolfgang, and it was a borrow. No, it wasn't a Wolfgang actually. It was one of those. It was a Bumblebee Charvel,
Mm-hmm.
and I dressed up, and it was at a Halloween show, but I dressed up as Drake from the Hotline Bling music video,
Mm-hmm.
and we're playing that song, and I'm playing a Van Halen guitar. I'm like completely mixed in genres. So I'm playing Hotline Bling with two-hand tapping.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the very mixed reviews to say the least. Most of the kids didn't understand what I was doing.
Yeah, yeah. It's it's always about what do you say? You know, carrying the flag. You know,
Yeah, passing on the torch. The
Pat, yeah,
yeah,
yeah. With
continuing the legacy.
yes, there you go, there you go. Like whatever it is you like, take it into whatever situation you're doing. That's one of the cool things about the Eddie guitars. The EVH gear, like the Stripe series.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody can buy a striped guitar now. Like the one you just got. You know,
Yeah,
technically that's a Stripe series, is what that is. Technically. even though
Yeah.
it's a special. It's striped. Um, I think your guitar was made in Mexico. It's the same thing.
Right.
You know, um, anybody can buy those and play them in any band they're in, whatever, and still carry the torch of like, hey, I really dig this guy, this style of music, whatever. I want to play that guitar, but play it within any kind of band, any kind of music they're doing.
Hmm.
And the one thing I always thought was cool were to take one of those guitars and to be like a punk rocker. You know,
Yeah.
to me that's like the coolest thing ever is to play an Eddie guitar, but to play punk rock on it. You know, to me that was always like the coolest thing.
Yeah.
you know, as,
I,
as far as not trying to copy the dude. You can be in a tribute
yeah.
band, you can try to be Eddie or whatever, but if you don't want to if you don't want to be that, to play that guitar in a punk rock situation, I think is the coolest. You know.
Well, and for like me, when I play, especially when I'm on stage with my boss, he always tells me to stand out. Stand out for yourself. And I haven't found a video yet, and I've scoured the internet, and I haven't found one yet. But no one's ever videoed me you know, my with my Wolfgangs or whatever because they blend into the background. So this Kramer is going to get to go with me on the tour right away, and that's just going to stick out like a sore thumb on stage because it's going to pop because that red just completely just stands out.
Hmm.
And I told him and I sent him a picture of it, and he's like, "Dude, you gotta play that." And you know, and playing his type of pop contemporary music, would just be the coolest thing on there. Because sometimes I can cut loose and I can turn on I can turn on the game channel and just go,
Hmm.
and knock his modem off the wall, so to speak. And and I go, and a lot of times when I'm at home, because the first stuff I play is Green Day, that's the first stuff I learned in the early years. So I'll play it, and it just you're right. Sometimes just playing a Van Halen guitar, just in a different style, just kind of makes it seem even cooler because it just broadens the horizon of the instrument's capabilities.
Hmm. Hmm. Oh yeah, yeah. Playing Green Day on a Van Halen guitar to me is very very cool because you're flying the flag, for Van Halen, because anybody playing that guitar knows what it is. They know what they're
Right.
doing, but you're playing it for a different audience, and then they're seeing that guitar, and whether they know or not what it is, it's like maybe their parents or their older brothers and sisters will be like, "Oh, that's an Eddie guitar. That's Eddie Van Halen,"
Right.
and that'll teach them who that is and what he is and Van Halen music.
Yeah. I mean,
You
it's
know.
every little thing. I mean, because I've been surprised because I've had people come up to me and ask me about my guitars on the streets because there's some people out here who know who I am as far as the people I've played for and stuff, and the people I've played for in the local bar scene and the stuff, and they ask me, what kind of stuff is that? And I said, oh, well, this is Van Halen gear, or oh, this is the standard Strats, and they'll I'm surprised how much people just get into the stuff that even I just play, which is pretty standard stuff. Because until I got the striped guitar, which I'm absolutely in love with now too, I had the Mexican stealth,
Hmm.
and
Hmm.
I don't know what it is about that one. It seems like the bridge and the nut are pretty decent quality. I think that's the higher up middle tier, if that's a thing. Like I don't know. It was definitely at least a grand or more for that one, as opposed to the 499 or 599. Wolfies that they have at Guitar Center.
Hmm.
But I mean, this one had the D tune and everything. But they don't they all have them now?
The D-tunas, the Indonesian standards don't.
Okay.
Everything else does, I
All
believe.
right. So that makes sense because my Mexican, my stealth, had the D tuna on it. So the Indonesia is the lowest one as far as what the bells and whistles that come on it, and then the Mexican one's the middle that has a few bells and whistles on it, and then of course then the USA, which is all almost all fully balls to the walls, ready to go touring.
Oh yeah, yeah. The USA is the top of the line. Um, the ones that they don't make anymore, uh, which are the Japanese ones and the Chinese ones.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they make those currently, because the Japanese one, as far as the Wolfgangs, the ones from Japan and the Chinese ones were the specials,
Yeah.
two different ones, and then now the specials they're all made in Mexico. So technically, the guitar that you just got is a Mexican special. I think. I think it is.
Not the striped one.
No,
No, the
it's
striped
not.
one. No, no. It doesn't say made in Mexico on the back of it.
Hmm.
It's actually, to be honest, I actually haven't even looked at the back of it. I've been just content looking at the front. I just stare at the front the whole time. I have to look at the back and just read that. Yeah, I mean, because I know my still says Mexico on the back, but I never bothered to really look on the back of this one and just say, oh, well, are you U.S.? Because everything on it is top of the line, as far as I know. I mean, I've done mild research because I've been playing, and I'm still sitting in a Taco Bell parking lot, but uh, you know, the life of a musician, I know, get all the perks.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
this one, I actually have to talk to him, my boss, and see what he if he's okay with me pulling that out because he also watches. So
Mm-hmm.
that's something I know. That's actually how I met you guys, was through him.
Hmm.
Funny enough,
That's cool.
because he does all the forums and he goes all online and he kind of you know the one guitar that he has is the one that he has personally owned uh, is a Kramer that was owned by Eddie. He bought, I don't know, it was just one of the very many Kramers that Eddie had back in the day. I don't know exactly which one, but he owns one, or he owns a really nice replica of one because he wouldn't even let me play it. But yeah, he's the guy who introduced me to all this, and so I'll ask him if I can show that next time. Which reminds me, Johnny, I gotta ask you something.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I'm just like you. I have free time when I do, um, but I definitely want to keep the tradition of having you and Dave, you know, and not try to intrude. But if we can, want to schedule me like a once a month thing to come on the show, I'd love to do that
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, of course,
because
man.
because believe it or not, I love it when I hear you and Dave talk, and that's just like that's the relaxing. Grab my cup of tea and just like Van Halen talk.
Yeah, yeah. Well, yeah. Dave and I, we have a great time talking about this stuff because I mean that's how this whole thing started. Was Dave? He liked my. He just happened to. He found me on YouTube. You know, a few years ago, and I have a Facebook page just called Guitarist Johnny Beane, and he would leave comments on there now and again. And then he ended up sending me a message one day. This is a few years ago, saying, "Hey man, can I call you?" So I'm like, "Yeah." So I gave him a number, and he called me, and we just talked for a little bit, and then we would just talk on the phone here and there. We would end up talking about basically all the stuff you hear us talking about on these videos. You know, about
And that's crazy.
yeah, about the guitar. We'd have all these hour-long conversations about the guitars, all this stuff, and eventually, I'm just like, hey man, why don't we just do these things, live on YouTube on the internet, where we just talk about this stuff and people can watch and ask questions and whatever. And that's how this really started, us doing this stuff.
You know,
You know?
I've had this weird pipe dream. I'm like, I want to get in on that, and you guys venture. I'm slow. I'm sneaking my way in. I'm trying. I'm
Yeah.
trying. I'm trying to be a standard when I can.
Yeah. Oh yeah, man. Yeah, you're always welcome. Definitely.
Well, and especially like with the vlogs. If that's where I can jump in, I'll jump in there, no problem.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Oh, that was hilarious. Was it yesterday? Yeah, where you
yeah,
jumped in and the camera was all fogged up, but it looked like, the whole room was like smoky
I
and
should I should I should have played Purple Haze when I came in.
people say you made your entrance because it looked
I
like it was like a fog machine. If you
you know
watch the
what
video, you'll see it. Watch it back and
I
you'll see what it looked like.
I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah, I'm like, maybe I should use my phone for all those now, just so I have my entrance. So then when the next time you see me and I don't have a fog, you'd be like, oh, you get a new phone? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, hey, I think we should I think I should probably let you guys go. I think
Agree.
it's been a little while. Real quick though, Michael Smith is asking what was the first Van Halen song you ever learned?
Uh, ooh, ain't talking about love.
Cool.
Yeah, and then like I said, like yesterday, I drove my parents nuts over that. Cause I hadn't even learned the solo. I just played dun 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 down down, and just repeated that over and over and over and over and over. And it just they're like, can you like get on with the verse and the chorus and all that? I mean, come on. But I'm like, it's the intro. You're like, yeah, you only know the intro. Play the whole song. I was that kid who'd only learn the intro. It's like Sweet Child of Mine. I only learn the intro. Screw the rest of the song. That's not important. But yeah, Ain't Talking About Love was the first Van Halen song I actually learned.
Cool. Cool. I think maybe me too, actually. I think that was the first one. First one I learned and yeah, it's a great intro.
It is.
Great
Oh,
song, you know.
great album.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. Cool, man. Cool. Okay. Well, hey, man,
Hi, Johnny.
I'll let you go. I know it's been a while. You're probably done with your tacos.
Yes, I just finished my last burrito, actually. That was number what, 7? Yep, number 7. That's
Seven
got to get me
burritos.
7 burritos and 1 taco.
Oh man. Cool. All right. Well, hey, great. Yeah, great talking to you, man. And yeah, yeah. If you want to do this, just let me know. Let me know when you want to jump in. And yeah, it was great talking to you tonight. And
Yeah, shoot me and if you want to, if you're just curious, if you're bored and you want to shoot me a text or send me a message on Facebook, because I'll try and do that too. I'll send you a Facebook message and see if you're up for it. And I'm happy to do it just in case if Dave can't.
hmm Okay. Okay. Yeah, I've got you on Facebook, and then you sent me your number last
Yeah,
night. I saw that, so I've got that. So excellent, excellent. Okay, cool, cool. We'll wrap this up. Thank you, everybody, for listening to this. This is
yes,
this is my daily vlog. I'm doing these every day, apparently now. So
yeah.
uh, tune in again. Any questions with whatever.
Oh, Dave,
Happy.
Dave, one thing. You got to go this. You got to go Sunday, Sunday, Sunday. Come on down to YouTube to watch Johnny Beane and his daily vlogs. You're paying for the whole seat, but you'll only need the edge. I had to do that. I'm sorry. I'm done. I'm sorry.
Oh, that was great, man.
Oh, yeah. Wrap it up. I'm sorry. I gotta stop.
Oh man.
In a world, two guitar players, one affinity for one guitar legend. This Sunday, watch Johnny Beane and Stefan on YouTube. I don't know. He's got. I got it all. I got all of them.
And a burrito.
And a burrito on top of all that.
Oh man.
All right.
Cool,
thank
man.
you again, guys. Thank you guys for listening to Johnny. And Johnny, thank you for having me on tonight. And
Of course. Man.
I hope to hear from you tomorrow. You know, on your daily vlog. And yeah,
Yes. Yes. We'll do it again.
definitely.
Awesome. Awesome. All right. Thank you everybody for listening. Do you have a website? Do you have any kind of any page you want to do a shout out?
Not of mine, but definitely your YouTube channel. Give that a shout out because
Johnny Beane on YouTube, I guess.
yes, a shout out to Johnny Beane on YouTube. And if you're feeling frisky, check out his Facebook page and mine. I got nothing to hide, and I'm happy to talk to anybody. And you know, but no autographs, please.
Yeah.
And no photography.
Those are $5.
Yeah, hugs are free though.
The hugs are $6.
Oh, well, see, Johnny's charging, so you know they're good.
Yeah, they're extra tight. Okay.
Extra tight. Oh,
Like a burrito.
Like a burrito. Sorry. Yeah, he's got jokes. Oh, we could be. Come on, Johnny, wrap it up. We could be here all night doing this.
I know. Okay, it's 1:02:34 a.m. I think we should go.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Thank you, everybody, and we'll see you tomorrow. All right. Good night.